Welcome to episode 104 of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is the review show that reviews comics chronologically. Kind of. You didn't have to follow my lead.
No, that was my TJ impersonation.
Same.
It good? Was it good?
Whatever. Today we're covering the April-May issue of Batman, number 22, released in April 1944. So, before we get into the credits here, I have a bit of an omission to make here. The last couple of episodes, I've been saying every comic's been 13 pages. I haven't been counting them. I just assumed from the last couple, because the last few had like 12 pages here and there. But I bring it up because I bring it up here because the format changed in this issue, and each comic has different page lengths now.
I feel like they've been trying to cut back on pages. Like, oh, let's do 12 this time. But I didn't notice they all had different ones this time.
Yeah, they all had different ones. Now, wow. I don't know if it's the same amount of pages that they've been putting in there, and they put in more ads into the comics, but we're all reading from trades, so we don't know, because it's not original.
Yeah, and mine, I don't know.
Go ahead. Did they possibly cut back because they were putting that stupid Alfred thing in this one?
Well, the Alfred is replacing the third full-length story.
No, I got 3 stories.
Well, but normally we have 4.
There used to be 4. Oh, wow. Wow, and it's only 4 pages.
Yeah, so they cut a whole comic, essentially, for 4 pages.
Wow. I mean, that's good for us. Maybe they keep doing that. We'll have shorter podcasts.
I think they're going to be doing that from now on, because it really seems like they're cutting back on content. And like I said, I don't know if they're cutting back page-wise or if they're just putting more ads in.
Right, yeah, you don't know.
Comic out must save them money, right?
Well, it probably saves them money, and if, like TJ said, if they're able to put, like, they're keeping it the same amount of pages, basically, in the book, but if they're putting more ads in and less comic pages, then they're making more money from as ads. Well.
Yeah.
From the ads, so.
Unless they're putting, like, other, like, short comics in there that aren't Batman-related, that's possible, too. But, I don't know, I don't have an original, so. Alright. So going into the credits here. The executive editor was Whitney Ellsworth. The cover artist was Dick Sprang. The first story was written by Alvin Schwartz, penciled by Bob Kane, inked by Jerry Robinson, lettered by George Russo's. Second story was written by Bill Finger, penciled and inked by... No, well, that's different people. Penciled by Jack Burnley, inked by Jerry Robinson, lettered by George Russo. The third story was written by Mort Weisinger, penciled and inked by Jerry Robinson, lettered by George Russo, and the last story was written by Bill Finger, penciled by Jack Burnley, inked by Charles Paris, and lettered by George Russo.
Charles Paris?
One, huh?
Yeah, Paris is a new inker.
Yeah, that's new.
And Schwartz I never heard before either.
Alvin Schwartz and Mort Weisinger are new to the Batman too.
Wow.
So, yeah. I guess they hired Mort to do Alfred stories.
It's weird because I feel like the last one they had some new guys too.
The last Batman one, I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, and the last Detectives comic had new.
Did it? I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like the whole comic was different. Like, I didn't even see Bill Finger, even though his name was on it.
Well, they're either got tired of Bill Finger and Bob Kane's delays and hiring more people, or they're just expanding their things because...
Yeah, giving people a shot, trying to get more production out.
So, either or. Alright, anything else before we go into the comic?
Nope.
Alright, who wants to do the cover?
Oh, me, because I got a question.
Good, because I don't have it open yet.
Okay, good. We get the Batman symbol at the top. It's in blue and red. And then Batman and Robin are standing on the stage, and Alfred's in the middle. Looks like he's getting ready to take a bow, and Robin's like pointing to him. So Robin's
I actually thought he was dancing, but okay.
I think he's getting ready to take a bow, or he's saying, "Yay!" Like, look at me.
If you look at his hands, there's movement.
Yeah, he's doing like the hooray thing. I think, like, look at me. But Robin's like underpants, whatever the hell he wears there. That they changed that, right? They never had texture before, right?
They always had that.
Did they always have the Aquaman kind of texture thing going?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I never noticed it.
Nope. I never noticed it either.
Well, sometimes they don't put it on there because of lazy
Sure. I'm sure as you go through this comic, it won't be in every panel either. But I see it on this cover. Robin's hair is almost Superman-like in this one. It looks pretty good, actually. It looks like a newer Robin. Like he looks updated on this cover.
He also looks less like skinny. He llooks more like
he's buff.
Yeah, he looks more buff now.
Yeah, Robin's getting badass. That's what Robin's doing.
Well, they had 4 years to figure out his design, so
his cape's cool in this cover too. It's like thrown over his shoulder a little bit. It's his cape usually just hangs, and Batman's they usually detail, but his is really detailed in this one. I like this. The picture's so like just bland, but it's very detailed and good. Like you can see the wrinkles in Alfred's face and his little tiny pencil mustache.
Yeah, his jacket, like the curves in the jacket and everything is.
And his jacket's like plaid. Like they spent some time on this one. And he's got like a pedonkadonk butt going too. He's got.
I thought the same thing. He's got like I don't know if he's shaking his ass or what.
I don't know. And Robin's like pointing at his butt too on the cover, so it's kind of weird. He's kind of dressed like Sherlock Holmes too. He's even got the pipe, Alfred. So
are we done with the cover?
I don't know. TJ's a little rushy today. You got something to do?
No.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're just talking today, so.
Yeah.
Well, this is what you get when you get us like in the afternoon, not like 3 minutes before we go to bed.
Yeah.
So.
TJ makes us do it at 3 a.m. and we're like, oh, this is Batman. Look at this cover.
Yeah, well, instead we're in the opposites.
Now TJ's like,
Anyway, going into the first story, it's called The Dupe Domestics. This story is 12 pages long, lumpy, non-canon splash page.
You got Alfred with his sweet comb over and a nice, his Sunday's best. He's got his jacket on and a red vest with a green bow tie. And I can't tell if he's serving on a mirror or exactly what this. It looks like he's serving up a plate, but it
actually looks like one of the things when Robin introduced. He ran through one of those circle paper things that they used to have.
Yes,
like that.
yes.
Yeah.
But on that, whatever circle it is Robin punching a guy and Batman beating up a guy. And I don't want to spoil it, but
I know, but it spoils it right away.
It's definitely Catwoman running at Batman with a gun.
Well, not only does it spoil it there, but there's also the giant scroll of text up at the top.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, but this scroll of text doesn't mention Catwoman, does it?
No,
it's a surprise when you find out who it is. But unless you saw this splash page,
and there's a big like Valentine's heart underneath them in the mirror finish. I guess all those lines are actually like supposed to be movement, maybe.
I thought it was a reflection on like a mirror.
That's what I thought too, like the reflection.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's around his thumb and his thumb's not moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks good, but it's weird.
Alright, I guess we're done with that. Moving on.
Oh, well, real quick, and I don't know, maybe you guys will know, but so at the top is a big Batman, and it's the standard symbol Batman, and it says Batman in red, and then it says with Robin, the boy wonder, and Robin is in green. Is that always like that?
No.
Because it looks really good.
It's Christmassy.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks good like that. I just was confused. I'm like, I feel like that's not normal.
But I said red and blue. I feel like Batman's not usually in red for some reason. I don't know. Maybe we're just noticing stuff today because we're more awake.
Yeah, I don't know. But it looks really good. I like it. I like it with the red and green. It makes me feel good, like Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
I mean, the Robin and Batman names are always in different colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
well, this one makes me feel good.
Like, the Robin has been in green before, but it's not a consistent thing, I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The red doesn't match. Like, there's no red in Batman. Barely any. Well, Robin's got the red shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe they were doing it for, like, the story, but I looked ahead and it looks like they're all that way.
Alright. Moving on.
Yep.
We open up in Wayne Manor, where Bruce is searching for stuff, and...
Yeah, everything's messed up for some reason.
Everything's messed up, and Alfred's serving him breakfast, and accidentally spills coffee in his lap, and Bruce is like, what's going on with you? And he's like, I'd rather not say.
He's on drugs.
He kind of looks like it in the drawing.
He does look like it.
He's all gaunt, like...
Yeah. think we're going to have to give Alfred some rehab. We have to send him over to rehab.
Oh, Bruce and Dick talk about what's going on with Alfred because he's been messing up a bunch of things lately. But they don't have time to worry about it because they have an appointment with Commissioner Gordon. They get in the Batmobile and they go see Commissioner Gordon. I'm trying to figure out what they talk about here because I read this story 2 weeks ago.
Oh, good.
Well, they want them to figure out the crimes that have been going on. And he says that the whole department is up in the air. You have to succeed in this.
Why?
Because they can't. So the thief has been leaving no trace at all.
Yeah.
So they can't.
Why is the whole department up in the air? They haven't solved the crime since Batman came on the scene anyway.
This is true. I was going to say it's been a week. And
all right,
trying to explain
fair.
it, but then, you made a good point now, so I'm not going to go for it.
No arguing there.
Maybe he got in trouble from the higher-ups because they haven't done shit in like 5 years, so.
Oh, okay.
Also, can we talk about his hair?
Go ahead.
What color
Can we
is
talk about
his
him
hair?
in general? He looks different than he ever has.
Yeah, I was like, I had to zoom in on my phone because I'm like, that's Commissioner Gordon? First off, his hair is the same color as his jacket.
It looks like he's got a toupee on, too.
It's exactly what it looks like. And I'm like, the Commissioner Gordon I always remember was gray hair. Again, I'm not a huge Batman guy, so you guys would know more, but I didn't recognize the guy because my Commissioner Gordon in my head is gray hair.
He don't look like any Commissioner Gordon I've ever seen before.
No, he just looks weird.
I think they just chose a weird color for it this time around is all.
Yeah.
That's all. Anyway, they're going to go solve this crime as they do Commissioner Gordon's. But suddenly, as they round the corner, alright, so, before I even get into the scene here, so, is Batman and Robin turning into an alley?
So I don't know if they're driving by the alley or if they're going to turn down the alley, but I'm not sure, because it's weird. In the first picture, that's kind of what it looks like they're turning down, but then when you go down to the bigger picture, it just looks like they're parked on a street corner.
So these guys are just beating up this guy out in the open.
That's what I was trying to figure out, because
they pulled him over next to a wall, so, I mean, they're hiding around the corner.
I guess.
Around the corner from the police station.
They looked around the corner and said, there's no coppers coming, let's beat them up right here.
But they literally may be up against the police station, because...
They could be, yeah.
It doesn't say later. I know they get in the car.
Gets in his car, drives 2 feet, and sees these guys beating somebody up. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, well, these guys are robbing this guy, but they're not after his money or anything. They steal a picture, I think.
Yeah.
So they take a picture, Elvis out of his pocket, and Batman and Robin get out and they punch a guy. They punch a bunch of guys. The guy trips one of the that was being beat up, trips the guy with an umbrella, and then the thugs run away. And
you notice butlers are real good at tripping people when they try to run away. It happens all the time. Alfred does the same thing.
So butlers seem to be just infest Gotham.
Yeah. Gotham. I think it's where Dick lives. Bruce and Dick live because it's rich people and they all have butlers.
Okay, but you would think if it's a rich area, it wouldn't be as infested with crime.
Well, people want to rob the rich people.
Yeah, the only people to rob is the rich. You can't rob the poor.
They're coming from the hood and coming up to the rich place to rob the people. And
okay, is that what it is?
That's why I got all these tough butlers too. You get a butler, you got to get when you apply to be a butler, you got to take Taekwondo and shit first before you can be a butler.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I got you. Anyway, so this butler is Rob, and he's kind of surprised of why they stole this picture from him. And apparently, is this where they explain it? He met a girl at. All right, first of all. There's a servants' ball, so I guess their butlers are getting together every month and having their own.
No, but I think this was just the only one servants' ball because the new weird guy moved in and had a servants' ball for these people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where it got weird.
Right.
Well, that's where you start to think something's going on here, and then they say there was this woman and he's trying to get with this woman and it said she's got a boyfriend and got jealous or something. Yeah, that's what they think might have happened.
Apparently, all the butlers in the area are obsessed with this new maid, right. I should say. So she's technically she's a servant too.
Belinda, her name is.
Right, and Batman's she probably has a real boyfriend. Her real boyfriend probably got jealous or something and sent these guys after you to get this picture.
When Batman leaves, the butler says, Here. What did he say? If only I could be more like Batman, so I could sweep Belinda off her feet.
Right.
That's weird.
And as Batman's also getting in the car, he's wondering if Alfred snapped out of his little thing. For the world's greatest detective, and after having all this information, he still doesn't know what's going on.
He knows a lot of stuff about strangers, but he knows nothing about what's going on in his house.
Pretty much.
He can't figure out when Robin's doing something wrong. He can't figure out when Alfred's doing something wrong, but he knows where the Penguin is right now for no reason whatsoever.
Well, basically, Alfred runs the house, so he's the one who knows everything at the house.
Yeah, but Batman don't know that why. He can't figure out why Alfred's messing things up.
Well, he didn't stumble upon him on a street corner yet.
True. Do some detective work, greatest detective in the world. Come on.
Anyway, Batman and Robin leave, and then we go to cut to Alfred, essentially going on a date.
Yeah, he's all dressed up in a top hat and tails and stuff. He looks good. He's got his bow tie on.
He goes to a park and he meets the aforementioned Belinda, and there's just a lot of talking here.
Oh, it's so much talking.
Wait, you're gonna bring it up because the entire comic is just you got to look through the word bubbles to see the pictures. It was driving me insane.
I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. I didn't read all this.
All the word bubbles here.
No,
there's a lot.
I read the yellow ones, and then the ones that I didn't have. If I couldn't figure out, I just read a little bit more. It just was too much, and a lot of it was totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, they were essentially just flirting a bit here, and then Alfred boasts that he knows Batman, and she's like, "You don't know Batman."
Why would he say that? It's going to be easy to figure out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. If you're Bruce Wayne's butler and you're telling people you know Batman, shut up, Alfred. Shut up.
He says he knows Batman. He doesn't say he doesn't know his secret identity.
But he needs to impress her. Which is all he had.
And she's like, "No, you don't. You don't know Batman." And he's like, "Yeah, oh yes, I do." And he'll come meet you later. That's not weird, huh? Isn't it? Aside from being fired and stuff, but isn't it weird that she's just gonna wait there without him, Alfred coming back, and Batman's just gonna show up?
I can't come back, but I'm gonna send Batman, and he might look a little skinny, but and have a blue nose for some reason. But okay, just wait here in the park, but don't go on the grass because they keep showing to keep off the grass.
Yeah, keep off the grass.
Yeah.
So Alfred goes back to Wayne Manor and steals Bruce's spare Batman costume that he keeps in a drawer.
Yeah, he needs to move this shit to the Batcave because that's not a good place to keep the costume.
Or at least the trophy room.
Put a lock on the drawer or something. Anybody can walk in. A burglar can come in and just pull a drawer open and say, "Oh, he's Batman." That's a good idea.
That's true, but at the same time, I guess you could just, why has he got this Batman costume here?
Yeah, what a freak.
Anyway, Alfred dresses up as Batman, and he goes and he meets Belinda, and she says she can't hardly believe that it's Batman, and then a thug comes out of nowhere and hits her on the back of the head.
But first she says he certainly lost weight. You don't know it's not Batman. You look at him. He looks like an old man.
Well, she knows it's not Batman.
No, not at first. She said it's really he. Luckily, I wore this veil, so he won't know who she is, but he certainly lost weight.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, he knows what she looks like. Batman.
Oh, so Batman does.
What Batman knows what she looks like, so it's, yeah, okay, but she does say that about her veil. I forgot about
that. She got a veil on. Yeah.
Well, anyway, this thug comes out and hits Batman in the back of the head and knocks him out. Is that a Batman knockout?
Knockout number 64 or whatever the hell. No, I don't think so.
That's an Alfred knockout.
yeah. Alfred knockout number 1.
Not keeping track of Alfred knockout.
I was going to say, and I don't think it's number 1 either.
No, I don't either. I think he's been knocked out with Batman before. And I forgot, in this next panel, Catwoman wears
the
cat mask. Yeah,
the hat, the mask.
It reminds me of the new masks that they have in Walmart. You ever see them? They're like giant cat heads.
Nope.
I have one.
Well, do you? I always see them at Halloween time in Walmart, and I want to put it on my head, and my wife yells at me and tells me I'm going to get cooties.
Eloise wears it and meows at the cats.
That's funny.
Anyway, so these thugs kidnap Bat Alfred. And it's revealed that Belinda is Catwoman.
Yeah, they didn't really do a big reveal. They just showed her as Catwoman the next.
They showed a back of her cat mask.
Yeah.
Back at Wayne Manor, I guess it's been a whole day because they're getting Bruce and Dick are getting dressed in the same room because
they like to do. Well, they had shit to talk about, so they must.
They sleep in the same room. We established this.
Yeah, and sometimes Bruce just stands there and stares at him while he's sleeping and shit.
More than once that has happened. So yes, sometimes it does.
Or Dick will be sleeping in the bed, and Bruce will be standing there with no shirt on in his underpants. It's like, what are you doing, Bruce? You freaking
like
weirdo.
Watching him while he puts his buttons up on his shirt.
Anyway, Alfred is funny, and so they're going to go in his room and invade his private space to see.
I don't even do that to my 16-year-old daughter. They're going to go through his drawers and shit. That's weird.
Now, you just said that why was Batman not investigating? And now you're going to bash him for investigating.
That don't mean you get to invade his privacy like TJ said. What the hell?
Lumpy, Batman has figured out the Joker scheme by putting together a marble and a pencil or whatever. He can figure out Batman. Alfred's doing something by his actions.
Listen.
Without invading the guy's privacy.
They got to investigate, okay?
And you know what they do? They start breaking his balls. They find a poem and they're like, look at Alfred writing all this corny shit. Look at him. Ha, what was he?
Anyway, he's like, they find out a note about Belinda in Alfred's room, and all that's enough for some reason to trigger that Batman or Bruce figures out that Belinda is Catwoman.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm reading it, I'm like, wait, where did he figure how the hell? Didn't make any sense. There's a couple times in this issue where things just happen for no reason.
Now you just said that he figured out with a pen and a marble.
Yeah, but he figured this out with nothing. There's no paw print on that damn poem.
That's my whole point.
There's no litter box. There's no litter box in that room.
5 minutes ago, he couldn't figure out that Alfred is acting strange, and now all of a sudden he can figure out Catwoman's behind everything.
Some of the stuff in that poem reminds me of someone. I wonder who. He does. Wait. I'm talking. I'm not saying the right thing here. Well, I'm reading this poem.
I was going to say you guys didn't read the poem.
Here's the poem. I didn't even read the poem. Fair Belinda's feline grace puts others' beauty to disgrace. Her cat-like tread and her purring voice makes her the damsel of my choice. I'm an idiot. There is a paw print on that. There might as well have been a paw print.
Right, it should have just been her head on it.
Wow. TJ, you suck. Why didn't you notice that?
Because I read this story when I was supposed to, and you guys didn't.
I read it a half hour ago. And
I know. I read it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so excuse me.
This one I read 2 days ago.
I text you guys and say, are we doing it tonight? Because I refuse to read it unless it's the day of. Because if I read it 2 weeks ago, then I might as well not even bother reading them anymore. I'll just come on blind because I have no idea what it is after 2 weeks. No idea.
Anyway,
it says right on it, Belinda is Catwoman.
Yeah, we figured that out.
That's what it says.
We're not the world's greatest detective, me and TJ anyway. You know it, but
it doesn't matter. I mean, we figured out that it was Catwoman right from the first cover, so...
Yeah, well, why didn't Batman just look at the cover before he got...
what the fuck?
Yeah. Anyway, they do a lot of talking in the next 3 panels, like, figuring out what's going on, and they decide to go to the Craven homestead where the server's ball, or whatever it was called.
Where Belinda is the maid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they go there and they're invited in because they're searching for Alfred. And hey, look, there's a couple of goons with guns inside.
This must be a setup.
Up with the Dukes, mama's boys.
Yep. Now we know where Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are so we can go rob their house. Listen, you just kidnapped them. Why don't you just go into their house and kidnap them if that's the case? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. And what, are they just going to rob the house and leave afterwards?
And, okay, Bruce and Dick go home.
Yeah. Or pretty much.
or they're going to murder them, which they could have went into the house and murdered them if they were going to do that.
Well, whatever. Catwoman comes out and makes a giant speech about stuff and her plans, and so they throw Bruce and Dick into a refrigerator where, hey, look, Batman. Alfred's there.
And he's shivering and sneezing.
Real quick, why did Bruce and Dick go look for Alfred?
Because he's in love with Catwoman, and
because they figured out it was Catwoman.
Yeah.
But they knew it was Catwoman.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they knew Alfred went and met with her, so they had to
go and they were going to this place because that was the last place that they knew he went.
But why did Bruce and Dick go?
Because Alfred stole his batsuit.
No.
Oh, it says it right here.
Alfred took the spare.
I know.
Here we go.
I know. I was just making...
No, yeah, but it actually says it. Here we go again. Maybe we should read these comics. It says, if Catwoman is posing as a maid there, why are we not going as Batman and Robin? And Bruce says, we're still not sure this time. We're going to pay a neighborly visit to Mr. Craven so we can do some quiet snooping around.
You know what? I did read that. Now that you say it. Okay.
Come on, Lump. Why don't you read it?
Damn it. I'm not a detective, okay?
I'm reading it more now than I did when I read it. So
I forgot that they do say that, because I'm like, wait, why did they go? But, okay.
Yeah.
Now we've all made the mistake, okay?
Yeah, now you did
We're
it.
Even.
Good, I'm glad.
We're even.
We realize everybody on this podcast sucks. So
Our listener detectives knew that already, so.
Anyway, I don't know. They're trapped in the freezer, and there's a lot more talking. And then they come up with a stupid plan to get out of it, as they always do.
Yeah, but it's a weird plan, man. Like, hey, Alfred, why don't you fucking stand on your head? Let me stand on your ass.
Hurry up, you push
Robin up.
Lay on your belly and push your butt up in the air, which is what he pretty much tells him to do.
With your hands tied behind your back, so you got to like push up on your face to get this kid up and put him towards a sharp object, balancing on my legs so he can cut his ropes off his wrist.
So they're like in a meat locker. So there's like meat hanging up on like sharp spikes that they can't reach because I guess they can't just stand up or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so Alfred lays on his stomach. Bruce sits on his butt, and Dick stands on Bruce's legs, and then Alfred must have some incredible core strength to be able to do this.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's got that big butt on the front cover. Because he's got core strength. His butt, he's got buns of steel. That's what he's got. That's how he does it.
So, just so our listeners know, this whole page, what we're talking about right now, is exactly what we're saying. It is a step-by-step of how they get Alfred to push his butt up in the air.
Literally, Bruce sits on Alfred's butt.
But there's a whole dialogue here explaining exactly that.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever's writing this loves words. They love words.
They do.
Yeah.
There is 18 word bubbles on this one page.
Yeah, you have to look through the word bubbles to find the art. It's crazy.
Yeah. The writer of this one was Alan Schwartz, by the way. He's the new writer.
Schwartz? Oh, okay. Well, he writes a lot. Alan Schwartz is trying hard, I'll tell you that.
And it must be, like, mandatory for new writers to come in and come up with a ridiculous way for them to get out of things.
Yeah.
Because I want to point out, Alfred is wearing a utility belt.
I forget about the utility belt. That's how much he doesn't use the shit in the utility belt. I forget about it.
And we established, like, a couple episodes that we got to look in the utility belt not too long ago.
There is stuff in there.
So if they were able to stand up and Bruce backed up to the belt.
Yes.
But instead, Alfred needs to stand on his head. His forehead.
Yeah, his forehead. He's crying the whole time, too. He's like, this hurts. Oh, my God. My poor head. Oh, no. My poor digestion? What the hell does that mean? He says his poor digestion will be ruined forever. Is he talking about pooping? Because Bruce is sitting on his butt?
I don't know, but we're spending as much time as on this page as the writer was. So.
I wanted to do that on purpose because it's like, that's how much words are here for one simple, like, thing.
Reading it, I was stuck on it for a half hour, so at least I got to spend a little bit of time.
They built a human pyramid, basically, to put Dick onto the hooks.
Yeah, without hurting himself.
Well, you say that, but in another next page, he breaks down and they all crash to the ground.
And there's like a pain splatter right under Alfred's head. Do you see it? It's like that yellow ow thing. And he says, oof.
That's over.
Yeah, now that's over. I guess they all rammed the refrigerator door and managed to break it open.
Which is ridiculous, because those doors are huge on those refrigerators. They're insulated and everything.
And then I guess they had their costumes with them, Batman and Robin, because now they're Batman and Robin.
This is what I talked about earlier. There's so many times where it's one panel something, and the next panel, what they do, run home and get changed? I don't know what they did.
No, it says outer clothing removed.
Oh, they had it underneath their outfits.
So, which means they had 3 utility belts.
Well, Robin doesn't have one, does Robin have a utility belt?
Yes!
I mean, he has a belt on. I don't know if he has a utility belt, but... Because they've never mentioned Rob. Oh, yeah, they have. He's got his radio in there.
Yeah.
They like to talk to their crotch when they talk.
So yes, we have 3 utility belts.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
All right, so they're running back to Wayne Manor, but Alfred can't keep up. He's out of breath and stuff like that. And they get there as Catwoman and her thugs are robbing Wayne Manor, and they're just in the process of stealing a giant pot for some reason. I don't know why even Bruce has that giant pot, but whatever.
Yeah, they don't explain any of the stuff.
Vase or something.
And then they're stealing a picture of some soldier. I don't know.
It looks like a Nazi soldier or something, the picture. It's like, what? I've never seen a hat like that before.
I think it's actually French Legion, but I could be wrong.
Is that what it is? It's green, so it's not Nazi, but it looks weird. It looks like some kind of weirdo, like, not here. Yeah.
Anyway, Batman hits the thug over the head with the thing, and then Catwoman sees Batman's here, so she decides to run away. But as she's running away, she runs into Batman. Alfred.
Alfred. Bat perverted Alfred, by the way.
We'll get to that.
I was going to say, up until this point, I actually really enjoyed this comic. As strange as it was really good.
I liked it. I still like it. I still like it. It's ridiculous, but
this is where it gets...
I got some opinions on this too, but go ahead.
So yeah, Catwoman runs into Alfred and he says, "What an excellent opportunity to pay off a little debt for my good friend Alfred. A little spanking will do the trick, and believe me, it will hurt you more than it will hurt me." So, and then we cut away.
Yeah, they said let Alfred pay his private debt to the Catwoman. His private debt. I think Alfred had sex with Catwoman out there after he did his
sexually
spanking.
assaulted her, yeah.
Yeah, I think he sexually assaulted her. This is bad. Alfred needs to get fired. He stole a batsuit. He's sexually assaulting women. He's doing drugs in the beginning. What the hell,
This is where it goes off the rails for Alfred. This is the comic.
We cut away from that private scene over to Batman and Robin handing the thugs over to the cops. And then cut over to Bruce and Dick, where Dick's putting his Robin outfit into his drawer.
Yeah, we just put it in a drawer now. Like, because the Bat Cave is so far away, and I'm tired, and I don't feel like walking all the way over to the Bat Cave.
Remember when he used to keep it in a locked chest?
yeah, I remember when he used to keep it in a locked chest. Now they just shove it in a drawer. Apparently this Schwartz guy doesn't care where they put their Bat clothes.
Robin asks, what about Catwoman? And Bruce is like, well, Alfred hasn't showed up yet. And they see him and Catwoman outside the window.
Wait, then Frankenstein and Igor look out the window, because that does not look like Batman and Robin looking out the window saying, there's Catwoman.
That's because it's Bruce and Dick, not Batman.
It looks weird. It looks like Frankenstein and like Quasimodo or something looking out the window.
Yeah, like Bruce lost muscle when he, in this photo. Not in the one before, when he's putting his suit jacket on, he looks normal.
Yeah. I don't know, it's weird.
Anyway, Bad Alfred brings Catwoman into the house, and Dick and Bruce are pretending that he's still Batman. And Bad Alfred asks to use a phone, and they offer Catwoman a chair, but she says she'd rather stand on implications.
She can't sit down. What the... Alfred? I can't believe this guy.
And then I guess they send her to jail, as later... Alfred's back to normal, serving them dinner, and everything's A-okay, except for all the bad things that just happened.
They should have sent Alfred to jail, is what they should have said. They should have sent Alfred to jail. I think he sexually assaulted Catwoman. And how come every other comic we've ever read with Catwoman, Batman was in love with her, and this time he doesn't seem to give a crap about her?
Yeah, it's weird because
he never encountered her as Batman.
Right, because Bruce isn't interested in Catwoman. Batman.
Yeah, Batman. He never talked to her as Batman once.
I forgot.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Damn it, TJ, you're right. I don't like when you're right.
I like to argue with TJ, but this one, he's right. Batman did not encounter Catwoman.
Don't worry, TJ will be wrong again before this is
over. I mean, technically, though, Catwoman does think Alfred is Batman, so maybe she thinks he's the one that did this to her.
Oh, and she liked it.
Maybe.
Wait, she thinks Alfred's Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since when?
In the Batsuit. No, he's Batman right now.
Yeah, Alfred as Batman.
Her.
Yes.
She never puts Alfred and Batman together.
No. She thinks the Batman spanked her.
Right, she thinks
he just thinks she got very skinny, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, so she was into it. She was okay with it. It was consensual. That's why he's not going to jail.
Ah, yeah. But it's rape by deception because she thought she was having sex with Batman.
It's true. We're not going to get into the legal stuff.
It's the same thing at the end of Revenge of the Nerds when the guy had sex with the girl with the Darth Vader mask on.
We are putting some we are putting some dark intonations onto this. It's not what happened.
It's not at all, but still.
He literally just spanked her.
I don't know what that.
Which is still sexual assault,
but listen,
don't sugarcoat it. He still touched her
in
rear
our
end.
day now, that's not okay regardless.
No, did he have her consent?
Yeah, it's still sexual assault, but no, of course not. But that's my whole point, though. But the way you guys are saying
it was full on.
Really?
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, unless it did happen, we don't know. We don't know. I wasn't there.
I know.
Alfred doesn't kiss and tell. You won't know.
Okay, so
whatever. That's story's over.
So I would do the who's in this and stuff, but my whole webpage just went down and I can't get it back up for some reason. So TJ, you want to tell us who was in this?
Feature characters: Batman. Supporting characters: Robin and Alfred. Antagonists: Catwoman and Craven. Single appearance. Other characters: Gotham City Police Department. James Gordon as a cameo. Locations: Gotham City GCPD headquarters. Gotham Park, Wayne Manor. Items: Batsuit. Vehicles: Batmobile.
Okay, thank you. Because I still can't get it back up. I can't even get back to the comic, so I don't know what's going on here.
So you guys like that?
I did like that one.
I did. Again, a little wordy, but I actually enjoyed this story. Like it was. I mean, in reality, to me, like there was a little bit more of a realistic telling. You know, like nothing too wild happened where it wouldn't be any. You know, nothing was impossible except for Alfred standing on his head.
It was fine. It was a Catwoman story, so it was a major villain. So those ones are always fun. So
yeah,
I liked it. I probably shouldn't even say it yet, but I liked it the best out of all of them. That one was my favorite of the whole comic. So.
Well, yeah, like I said, that's usually how it goes with the major villain. Although we do technically get another major villain in this, but
we do.
But he's not like A-list, so. Anyway, moving on to the sex.
Okay. Yep, got him.
Yep. Alfred, moving on to Alfred's sex again.
Moving on to the next story. Dick Grayson, telegraph boy. Uncle Chris, I think you're up on non-canon splash
Hey, Lumpy, can you do that one? Because I still can't get my computer to do anything.
So there's a guy looking through a telescope. He looks like a, standard thug. He's looking through the telescope and shooting a gun at the same time. And in the end of the lens of the telescope is Dick doing his signature move with his legs around the back of the guy's neck.
His crotch move.
Yes. And then you have Batman knocking out another guy. I don't know.
Crook, sure.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, that's where I'm at too. Yeah, why
Strong,
is
really good. I like it.
Is the guy shooting the gun because he's looking through the telescope at Batman? Like, is he shooting at Batman?
Yeah, he thought Batman was right in front of him because he was looking through the lens.
Okay, that's how.
Yeah, he put a bolt in the wall.
Alright, are we done with that?
Yeah, you got the standard Batman with the Robin underneath of it. It's covered by part of the lens, but it is red and green like the last one.
Well, are we keeping you awake?
We open up
okay.
A little bit, yes.
Sorry.
We open up with Batman fighting some crooks, and the narrator points out that, hey, Robin's not there. What's going on with this?
Weird.
And then the crooks hit Batman in the back of the head. They don't mention he was knocked out, but was he knocked out?
Let's see.
Because the crooks get away.
Yeah, later the now conscious Batman, so yes.
Oh, yes. It does say the now conscious. Yes. That's an official knockout.
So that's Batman knockout number 69.
And also here I gotta mention that we have...
Perfect number for this comic.
Oh, for last... Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Last story, definitely.
We have the real Commissioner Gordon.
That's Commissioner Gordon. You're right. That brown hair guy, Batman stinks as a detective. He walked in and talked to some stranger and thought it was Commissioner Gordon. It was not him.
This is the Commissioner Gordon I know. Like if I picture him in my mind, that's him right here. That last one was not Commissioner Gordon.
Maybe Commissioner Gordon felt like wearing a wig that day in a brown suit.
I mean, listen, you could say that because it definitely looked like a wig.
Or he dyed his hair.
But it was great before, he dyed it for one day. He dyed it yesterday and then dyed it back today.
He dyed it to match his suit jacket in the last one.
Oh, maybe he's going to start dyeing his hair to match his suit jacket every time. We're going to see him with plaid hair. The one time, like, the guy from Spider-Man.
Yeah, just like the checks on his jacket.
Anyway, after Batman wakes up, he goes to Commissioner Gordon, and Gordon's like, we have this new ghost gang that's going around robbing people. We can't figure anything out. Help us, Batman, because we're incompetent.
Because we're still in trouble from
just like the last one.
And, well, Batman's like, I'm pretty incompetent without Robin, so... Anyway, he goes home and he's like, Alfred, what's going on with Dick? Why is he keeping secrets from me? He never keeps secrets from me. And Alfred's like, that shouldn't matter, shouldn't worry. He has his own purpose, and
again,
probably honest.
Batman doesn't know what's going on in his own house. Another friggin' story.
Yeah, well, you don't want to invade.
Oh, no, but you can go through friggin' Alfred's room anytime you want.
Yeah, but they share a bedroom.
This is true.
Didn't Bruce watch him get dressed this morning?
Bruce is just worried because if he doesn't know where Robin is, he can't plan to get him killed
later. Okay, that's true.
True. Okay. Somebody else might kill him.
Anyway, we find out what Dick's been up to. He's got a job as a telegraph boy, I guess. Yeah. But the telegraph boy's job description is a little weird because he doesn't just deliver telegraphs. Because he does deliver telegraphs, but he also
golf caddies.
Yeah, he's a golf caddy. He mows lawns.
Oh, he's doing all kinds of crap.
So I actually really like this page because he's in his uniform, like, which actually kind of looks military-ish as a telegraph boy.
Yeah, I don't understand that actually,
but he's doing all these jobs in that outfit. Like, I thought it was kind of a neat drawing. Like, I enjoyed the page. It was really cool looking. He's running around doing all these crazy
because
things.
we weren't around at the time, but I don't know what a telegraph boy is. And do they wear, like, uniforms?
Well, telegraph boys deliver the telegraphs.
Yeah, they're basically mailmen.
I mean...
But the guy... The head of the telegraph company says, you see, once upon a time, drugstores sold only drugs, but now they sell everything, and it's the same with us now. So that's why he's doing all this other crap. But it's still weird that, he sends telegraph boy to a golf course to be a caddy and to mow some random
he's just hiring him out to do whatever he wants. Like, can he just go tell him to do anything? He's not going to... Eventually, I'm going to say no. I'm not going and cleaning out somebody's toilet. I'm not going to freaking take people's trash out. Like...
Well, most people might do that, but this is Dick Grayson.
Yeah. And we find out he needs money too eventually.
Yeah, he does whatever he's told.
Anyway, so he does all this stuff, and then at noon he goes up to the observatory. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the observatory, to deliver a telegram to Professor Hendricks. But some thug-like guy says Professor Hendricks is busy and to go away.
I'm his assistant. I'll take it. Get out of here.
And Dick finds this suspicious, so he's going to go and review the files of the rogues gallery because that guy...
He looks familiar.
Yeah, it looks familiar to him. An hour later, someone has broken into the file room, and Bruce is like, oh no, someone's discovered Batman's identity. I got to take care of this. And he goes in, and he tackles the guy and punches him in the face.
Stupid guy. What was he doing in there?
Oh, look, it was Dick.
In a military uniform.
Didn't he really think someone broke in?
And did he not...
And he didn't know
it was the size of a child.
Did he not notice his face before he punched him?
I think. Well, I don't know why it was. Oh yeah, it was dark. Even for some reason, Dick's in there with a flashlight. He didn't even flip the light switch on.
No, Bruce brought the. Oh, you're right. Okay, it's Bruce is holding the flashlight after he punches him.
Anyway, when they turn on the lights, Bruce is like, "What are you dressed like?" And he's like, "I have a telegraph boy job." And he's like, "What do you need a job for? I give you all the money you need.
Rich. I got tons of money. Just ask for more money. I'll give it to you."
And Dick's like, I can't explain right now. There's something really important happening at the observatory. And this guy, Mike Optic, is at the observatory for some reason. And Bruce is like, okay, let's go investigate. And so they get in the Batmobile and head up to the observatory.
But Dick's like, I'm working. I can't go just be Robin right now. He even mentions it. He says at some point he tells him he's on his lunch break.
Whatever.
Yeah, right here. Well, gee, I'm on my lunch hour. I've got to get back soon or I'll lose my job.
I don't remember that, but yes, I see it now. I'm like,
anyway, inside the observatory, hey, the thugs have this professor locked hostage, and then Batman and Robin show up and they start attacking the guys by sliding down the telegraph and stuff, kicking the guy in the head. Robin's crotch move on the guy's butt.
He does. He rides him like a pony.
It definitely looks like he's swinging from a rope, but it looks like he's riding the guy.
Robin kicks the guy, and then the narrator tells us in a surprise move, Optic resorts to a cowardly act as he holds the doctor hostage that he's been holding hostage forever now.
I love already. He doesn't quit hopping around, you monkeys.
And Batman and Robin are like, okay, we surrender. And so they tied him up, and then they revealed their stupid plan.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So apparently this telescope is super powerful, and they have some guy that can read lips, so this guy's been reading lips, and that's how the ghost gang's been getting around, like, opening vaults?
Vaults.
And safes and, you know, all kinds of stuff this ghost gang.
So what are they reading lips? Are they reading, like, the passwords or, like, the combinations to the locks? I don't know what they're reading lips of.
I guess, like, this guy's talking... Oh, like, this guy has this... They're looking at now is telling them when this delivery is going to happen so they can get it out.
How long do you have to watch a guy till he says something you want to know? Like, months?
Well, I guess because I don't know how long they're going to be staying here. This reminds me of... Do you remember that pharmacy one where the guys just broke into the pharmacy and decided to live there and kidnapped the doctor and stuff?
Yeah.
We're just going to be here from now on. This is it for us. We have no end to this plan.
That's what this reminds me of.
We have no end to this plan. We're breaking in. We're going to live here and steal stuff forever.
Yeah, so that's their plan, and right now they decided that they're going to kill Batman, Robin, and the Doctor, I guess.
But not while they're there.
But before they do, but not right there, of course not. But before they do, they have to kick a piece of loose electrical control equipment over to Batman because it's
he's angry.
Just to get it within legs reach.
Well, I see what he did. He's like, why is...
But it's got to be within reach.
He's like, why is all this shit laying around all the time? And he kicked it. That's what he did.
So many loose parts laying around.
This is bullcrap. Get this out of here.
So their devious supervillain plan is to point the telescope at the sun.
And the ground.
And then, yes,
no,
at the sun.
They point it at the sun so that it magnifies it like a fiery laser
instead of pointing it straight
through the telescope.
Instead of pointing it straight at Batman now, they're going to wait until it makes its way there itself.
So
it's the perfect
plan. They always are. They always are the perfect.
Is the telescope moving by itself?
I think it's the sun. When the sun moves, the magnify.
Yeah, but if the telescope doesn't move, it's just going to move out of the range of the lens.
Well, I think they set it so that the lens follows the sun.
So the telescope is moving.
Huh. I think so.
The telescope is now a monster magnifying glass that focuses on the sun's rays into one blazing point of concentrated heat light. Once it reaches us, we'll be burned to a crisp. It doesn't say that it's moving at all.
It does not explain how it moves the light.
I'll set the driving clock and the electrical control. That'll start the telescope moving moving. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's what he said before he kicked the thing. That's right.
Yeah.
And then the narrator tells us, and when the whir of the motor starts, the telescope moves on its base so that it automatically follows.
We're great. We're great detectives this
once you said it, I remember reading it now. When the guy kicks the thing, he's setting the driving clock. That's so it does follow
out like champs here. We're the best.
We didn't read this at all, guys. We're
reading it now with everybody.
We're reading it to you.
Anyway, so the telescope's about to get him, but hey, that thing that was kicked. Hey, Batman uses it to reflect the sun's beams at the machinery.
I don't know how he does this stuff. It's amazing.
That shorts out something out, but the telescope's still reflecting the sun.
But I don't think it's moving anymore. I think it stops it and it reflects on that's his point.
Well, Batman holds the thing there long enough to protect them so that the sun moves. So it's like a couple hours worth of...
okay.
Right, nobody moves until the sun stops hitting this light, and then we'll decide if we can get out of here or not.
In about 3 hours, the sun will be away from the lens, so then
don't
we
worry,
can get out of
that thing that they ride down off the mountain goes so slow, it's not going to matter if it's 3 hours from now that we find,
And then somehow they get out of their ropes. They don't show us how they get out of the ropes this time. Maybe they actually used the knife and they used
they did some crazy.
That Batman used his feet to deflect the laser to burn the ropes.
The professor up into the air, and he came down on Robin's ropes.
What happened to Batman's muscles of steel?
He's getting old. It's been like how many years now that we've been doing this? It's been quite a few years.
Or maybe he's still young. He doesn't have those yet.
Oh, we don't know what the timeline is?
No.
Is that what you're saying? He had them before. Are we jumping around on the timeline here?
No, he's had muscle of steels like back in
1939.
Yeah.
And what year is this?
37? 1943.
Well, you know how water wakes him up?
Oh, maybe he doesn't have any water close by.
Bindings on his hands stop his
depends on what it's made out of.
Muscles of steel.
No, he only has one weakness, and it's that
soft spot in the back of his head. I wonder if you pour water on that soft spot in the back of the head, is he invincible?
Anyway, they leave. The crooks are leaving. They didn't get very far, the crooks, by the time they got out. So that must have been moving very fast.
Or that thing moves super slow. I don't know.
One or the other. But they're like, okay, Batman's like, we got to get to the bank. And so
they don't know what bank they're going to first, right? Oh, okay. We don't know which bank. So they use the telescope, and Batman repairs the telescope and tilts the telescope down at the cable car just in time for them guys to be saying what bank they're going to, and he can read their lips.
Yes, because Batman and Robin, they stated that they can read lips too.
So he fixes the telescope, points it down at them, and waits for them to tell you what bank they're going to, and then he reads their lips, and then but they're not going to have time to get to the bank, so they send Commissioner Gordon to the bank.
Oh, okay, that's when Batman...
So crazy, that was such a convoluted bullcrap and waste of time.
That happens in 2 panels, so I was literally lost.
And I'm like, they told the whole story in this 2 panels. Well, it's because it's 55 word bubbles in 2 panels, that's why.
Oh, this story's only 12 pages.
That's good too. That's why we got so many word bubbles. We got less page. We got to cram more story into these little squares.
Okay.
Now we're getting ready to do something else that's stupid.
I guess Gordon's...
Yeah, this is pretty stupid.
So, Gordon is waiting at the bank. Batman shows up, and then the narrator says quiz time and no answer to the $64 question.
I think that's from a game show back in, no...
I was going to say, because I have no idea.
I think by the time
Did they have game shows?
I don't know, but the $64 question, by the time I was a kid, it was the $64,000 question. Or That's
what I know of it.
I think that's inflation. I think that's what it is.
Oh.
Now they call this guy Egghead. Is he the Egghead? It's not? Okay, because there was an Egghead in the 66 TV series. It was Vincent Price. It's not that Egghead. Okay.
This is just a throwaway character. So, I guess they're interrogating this Mike Optic, and Batman's like, he won't talk, Commissioner.
Hey, real quick. The $64 question was from a radio show of the 1940s in which the top prize was $64. The TV show for $64,000 was in the 50s, and it was based off of that...
Inflation. Told you.
Inflation. Radio show.
Going from $64 in the 40s to $64,000 in the 50s?
55 is when it was...
Pretty fast inflation. That cost of living increase must have been great when they got that.
Well, no, it was they transfer from radio to TV.
Oh, yeah, TV makes everything more expensive, too. Yeah, but you just said Mike Optic, but that's not Mike Optic, that's Egghead.
Yeah, you're right.
His name is Mike Optic.
Is Egghead?
Yeah, because when they're interrogating him, it says, Optic didn't catch any loot in the
but I think they don't catch Optic. This is they catch Egghead.
Yeah, because the Optic guy looks nothing like Egghead. They got rid of...
The Optic got away. The only person they caught was Egghead.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're right.
Yeah, I told you, TJ, we'd get something wrong eventually. It only takes, I was just waiting for it.
Look, I am working on 3-week-old information here, so the fact that I'm actually even able to go through these stories with any competency is pretty impressive.
So let's get to the dumbness of this stupid issue.
So they can't get a confession out of the guy. So I guess they put a bag over his head.
They tell the professor he can do whatever he wants to him, and they put a bag over his head and take him to where the professor wants to take him, which is off the planet. So
so they let the professor kidnap this guy, and apparently the professor built a rocket ship. And since he was ruined by this game, he's gonna make this Egghead guy go with him to the moon.
I think it's the moon. But my question is,
the moon.
Egghead didn't know how far he traveled because they were down in some place, and all of a sudden they're in his rocket ship on a mountain. Like, does he not know how long he was going?
He's a thug. He doesn't have
right. They don't even know the concept of time or anything like that. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, they're just there to get.
Yeah, so he's going to take him to the moon. He's going to leave the freaking planet with the guy because the guy did something bad to him. So.
Yep, and he says, unless you tell me where Optic's hiding,
we're going to be all alone on a moon on an alien dead world because you won't tell me. Yeah,
pretty much. This is enough to get the guy to confess, and he tells him where the warehouse is. And then Batman shows up and says, "Hey,
it's like disassembling the rocket ship inside this planetarium."
Yeah.
This is a weird plan, and it looked pretty expensive, too. Like, did they just build this rocket ship now?
Pretty much.
They said, while you're traveling over there, me and Rob are going to go ahead and build a rocket ship inside the planetarium so we can trick this guy.
No, they had the GCPT do it while they're interrogating something. They don't do anything else.
So, my real question on this, in seriousness, so, like, is this like a museum where you can sit in this? So, they're in a planetarium, so, like, is it something you got to sit in and see? Like,
it's nice of the local movie company to lend us this stuff from their prop department so we could build this rocket ship.
I think there's 3 of us for this.
I must have missed that completely because I did not.
Nice of the local movie company to lend us this stuff from their prop department.
Well, so they did say that it was a long ride.
Oh, they did. Okay. Well, it must have been a couple days because they had to go get all this shit from the prop department of the movie theater and take it to the planetarium and put it together.
Well, to be fair, they could have just left them in the confession room until they were ready and then throw a bag over his head.
Okay.
No, instead they took a long, mysterious ride. Is exactly what it said.
The whole reason for...
But anyway... Oh, we're probably going to say the same thing.
The whole reason for this to be built in the planetarium so they can make it look like they were taking them to the moon.
No, that's not even what I was going to say. The whole reason they're even doing this is to get the location of Optic's hideout. But then Optic and his gang just shows up.
Well, because Optic and their gang moved out of their hideout when they found out that Egghead got kidnapped, and they had him for a month. That's why.
So, the whole point of the whole rocket ship thing doesn't matter. Because they're just here to beat them up anyway. Because Optic and his gang just shows up.
Yeah, so we had like 4 pages of this, or 3 pages of this happening, and then they just showed up.
And Optic knew where they went because they followed them, but they didn't come in while they were messing with this guy and thinking they left the planet to go to the moon.
No, they waited. They waited for him to confess before they could come in. Anyway, the lights go out for some reason, and then Batman explodes a guy.
Yeah, he blows a guy up. He punches him in the face, and his organs come out the back of him.
No, what happens is he punches this guy into the planetarium.
Yeah, it must spark or something. Is that what's going on there? And now we got crazy backgrounds. So
so some guy shoots at Robin who misses, I guess, because he doesn't get shot, and then Robin punches him into a red planet, which I'm assuming is Mars.
No, it's Krypton. It's the red sun of Krypton.
Okay. No, it's not. Krypton's blown up at this point. And then the professor punches the guy below Saturn.
The professor's kicking people's asses now, too. So
I don't... yeah.
Everybody knows that they're in a planetarium, right? Like, they already know this. Like, there's no telling somebody, oh my god, look at this meteor. But eventually Batman's going to do that.
Yeah, so 2 meteors crash, which scares Batman.
And then Batman says, look out.
And then another one's coming at us, and it's going to hit us. They're stupid. Anyway, Batman knocks out the last guy, and I guess that's it, because we cut over to later, where Batman and Robin are in the
taking Robin back to his job, because he did that in his lunch hour.
And I guess I guess Batman's like you're not allowed to deliver any more telegrams.
I'm raising your allowance. Stop getting jobs.
And Robin's like, I got to do one more delivery. That's it, and then no more. I promise. And he's like, okay, one more, and then it's just back home to homework for you. No more jobs for you. Anyway,
singing telegram.
Later at home, Bruce is worried about something. I don't know. It says Bruce starts untroubled and dark.
That's weird. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Thinking he was wondering if the kid is jealous of Batman. That's why he's trying to work cases alone or something.
God,
I don't know.
Weird.
He's jumping to conclusions for whatever reason. Anyway, the doorbell rings and Alfred opens it. And hey, look, it's Dick. And he has a singing telegram for Bruce. And apparently it's Bruce's birthday and he
Bruce
forgot.
It was his birthday, yeah.
Yeah, Bruce doesn't know his birthday.
And the reason Dick Grayson got a job was to give Bruce a present.
They don't tell you what's his present.
Yeah, they don't tell you what it is. Yeah, because
the present was the singing telegraph.
No, he's got a box, too.
No, he's got a box in his head.
Oh. But they don't, for some reason...
Why would he need to get a job to do a singing telegram?
So when I read this originally, I thought he was the one who gave him the...
Me too. Wait, did you read... So, Robin comes in.
Alfred gives...
TJ, I'm sorry, but before that, I got to get this out because Robin says he took a job because he spent all his money on war bonds.
War bonds, yes, war bonds.
You know, I forgot about that. In my head, I replaced that when he just wanted to do it.
I couldn't let you go any further. I couldn't let you skip that. War bonds. He spent all his money on war bonds, so he had to get a job.
Yeah, I literally replaced that propaganda in my head with you. He did it because he didn't want to spend Bruce's money on a gift.
No, it wasn't noble at all. He was buying. Well, it was noble. Nope. He was buying war bonds.
Well, it was very noble. Supporting the war. Buy war bonds as a state.
He spent all.
They haven't mentioned it in a while, so we had to freaking get it in there.
Yep. Anyway, Alfred also got Bruce something, and it's a telescope. And Bruce and Dick are like, a telescope, and Alfred's like, what did I do wrong? It's actually probably useful,
especially since
I know it's supposed to. I know it's probably it's a gag,
read
but
lips.
Still.
So now they're going to use that all the time and watch people.
They just literally got the idea from the bad guys. Well, you could go spy in on Joker as he's planning his thing,
and you never see the telescope ever again.
Nope. I mean, we probably see a telescope.
Yeah, we don't know if it's that one or not.
Right. All right. Who's in this one?
I forgot I was supposed to do that because I didn't do it last time. And we're waiting for it to load. And Duped Domestics. That wasn't the one, right? Okay, so Telegraph Boy. Here we go. Synopsis for Telegraph Boy. Feature characters, Batman and Robin. Supporting characters, Commissioner Gordon and Alfred. It says cameo. I don't know why it's cameo. But antagonists, we got Mike Optic, single appearance. Deafy. Is that a guy who can't hear? Deafy? I don't know, but...
That's the guy that could read the lips.
No way. This is so stupid. It's Deafy. Deafy's the guy that reads lips. Okay. Single appearance on Deafy. Egghead, single appearance. And then we got Professor Hendricks, single appearance. Gotham City, Wayne Manor for the locations. And items, it says bat rope, but I don't remember. Oh, I guess he was swinging and riding that guy. They must have had the bat rope out.
Yeah, when he rode the criminal to the ground.
Some reason in this one, they have items listed, a bat suit as an item. But, I mean, I guess we should list that in every episode. Every comic. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess. All right. That one was
stupid. So stupid.
It was just so... I feel like they took so many different, convoluted things. Like the burning telescope to do that, and then they built a rocket ship and fighting.
They went all in.
They went all out.
As much shit in here as we can. Yeah,
it is a Bill Finger story. So.
That was a Bill Finger story.
Yeah, we're starting to notice the difference.
Yeah. All right.
That was dumb. That was a dumb story.
All right. So moving on to the third story, The Adventures of Alfred. Oh, Chris, tell us the half non-canon splash page of Alfred's story.
Listen, I realized that we did Detective Comics the first episode because that's where Batman started, but this is not a Batman story, and I don't know why I have to read this. But anyway.
I almost didn't, just so you know.
Yeah, because it's,
Because I was like, we're not going to cover this. But I read it.
But it is in the Batman comics, so I guess we have to. But if they start shoehorning, what are them kids called? I forget what they're called. But if they start shoehorning crap into the Batman stories, I don't think we should keep reading it. We can do Alfred because he's a Batman character, so I guess we have to do Alfred.
And Bruce and Dick are in it.
Yeah, and Bruce and Dick are in it. So, all right. So it says the Adventures of Alfred, and it's got Alfred being stuck up by two criminals in purple suits with guns, and Alfred's dressed like Sherlock Holmes, and he's got a book in his hand that says How to Be a Detective. And it's a third of the page.
Yeah.
And it's got a third of that is a paragraph of bullshit on the side. So
Well, it's only a third of the page because the story is only 4 pages long.
Right,
and
right.
That's also
I mean, and I'm complaining, but it's really not that big a deal.
We actually cut out a whole story for this story, so...
Yeah, so we really can't complain too much. 3 panels in, there's a guy that looks exactly like that crappy Commissioner Gordon we had a couple times. I mean, a couple stories ago. Do you see him sitting there talking to Alfred?
Yeah, the antagonist.
Brown hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the last panel of it, I thought it was Beavis and
Bill
Butthead
Clinton.
with wigs on.
Yeah, it does look like
Because they drew him like very caricature-ish. Like,
I think the last panel on this page, it looks like Ronald Reagan and Bill Clinton talking to each other.
I think it's before their time, but okay. Reagan might be around at this time.
Yeah, Reagan was pretty old.
All right, so we're in... Well, Reagan may have been acting at this time, actually.
Wait, Bedtime for Bonzo or whatever it was?
I don't know. Anyway, we're in the library, and Alfred's taking detective notes, and he comes across this other guy who was also a professor of criminology, who's a professor, and they make fast friends there. But Alfred overhears these other two guys talking about the perfect murder, and because that's Alfred in the background. I thought that was two people. I got that confused in the next panel where the guy's talking. For some reason, I didn't think that was Alfred.
The guy talking is Alfred, right?
Yeah. I thought it was someone else.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that kind of always confused me.
Just so you know, Ronald Reagan was born in 1911, so yeah, he was probably
he was acting and doing radio in 1939 and 41. So he definitely was acting.
Just so you know, TJ, while you were talking, me and Lumpy weren't even paying attention. We were looking up Ronald
Not
Reagan.
even a little bit. Didn't even hear what you said.
That's fine.
But I did hear the Alfred. Yeah, I didn't know that was Alfred at first.
I do other things while you guys are talking. It's fine.
Yeah, well, that's why we talk. Stall so everybody can look up, dumb things that we don't need to look up and stuff. So.
Anyway, but Alfred overhears these two talking about the perfect murder, and so he decides he's going to follow them. And he does. He follows them all the way to their place, and then he
up the steps and everything.
And he hears like someone say, "No, not the killer, not that." And Alfred breaks in, and oh no, they were just reading a script for like a TV show or something.
Radio show,
whatever.
TVs,
whatever. And Alfred's an idiot, and he's embarrassed, and he leaves, and he accidentally took his buddy's notebook. So he's going to go deliver it. I guess it has an address in there, so he knows where this guy is. Whatever. So he shows up and he seeks the professor, and then he's a detective of sorts. And then the guy says, "A detective, come right in." And then he pulls a gun on Alfred. And apparently the guy he made friends with was a safe cracker professor. And the guy thinks, "Hey, you found me out because of that code book, right?" And Alfred's like, "Yeah, sure. I did."
Yeah.
There's a bunch of talking.
So this is going to be a series of Alfred being like Mr. Magoo, where he just kind of falls into stuff and he solves it on accident stuff, right?
It sure seems like that, because they try to shoot him, but he swings on a curtain and then falls on a table and accidentally gets a vial of explosives?
Yeah, so...
I have no idea. I have no idea what happened after this. He falls on that table, and then I read the next couple panels about 4 times, and I still don't understand what happens.
Well, they tell Alfred, so he knows that the vial explodes because they're gonna use it to explode the safe. Even though he's a safe cracker, he explains to Alfred that he's going to explode it, and he's going to tie him to the safe to deaden the sound of the exploding vial that's going to open the safe. They explain all that in there.
But the vial was on the table.
It must have been like that. They don't really say, but...
No, it's on the table.
But it's flying through the air.
It's on the table in the panel.
Oh, in the drawing. Okay.
Yeah. So it's on the table. It's a little dangerous to leave it slaving around, though. If it's...
Apparently, yeah.
Anyway, it ends up in Alfred's hands, and Alfred uses it to, get them to give themselves up. And
scare them. They get scared because he has the vial that they left laying around the house anyway.
And then Alfred goes back home, and he's like, haha, I tracked down these criminals, and he's very snooty about it. And Bruce and Dick don't. And that's that story.
Yeah, that's what we get out of that. You want the synopsis on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got characters. Featured characters, Alfred. And supporting characters, it wasn't Ronald Reagan, but it was Reginald Raffles. So we did get the 2 R's. And then we had an antagonist, Professor Dyke. Okay. And Butch. Butch and Dyke. That's a little odd too, huh? What's going on there? I can't do that. I'm offended.
I think it's before that when those terms were changed.
Yeah, well, is this where they came from? From the
Well, a dyke is kind of like a
water.
Yeah, a dam essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But then they used to call, especially in the 70s and 80s, manly lesbians were called butches. So now we got a butch and a dyke in this antagonist. That's not right. I'm out. I'm done with this comic.
I'm going to assume that in the 40s, neither one of those terms were.
Those terms, they probably were.
I literally just said that.
Yeah, but TJ, we told you we don't listen to you.
Yeah, we don't listen to you, TJ. I agreed with you, too. So, okay. So then we got Bruce and Dick, other characters as cameos, and locations, the Gotham City Library and Wayne Manor.
Yeah,
that's it.
Honestly, when I was reading through the story, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be stupid. And then it just ended, and I was like, oh, okay.
It was kind of stupid, but it was painless because it was
4 pages. It was like, oh, I guess that's it for that one.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So it wasn't that bad.
All right. Moving.
It wasn't my favorite.
Nah.
I didn't hate it. I really just didn't really care. It was there. It was quick. I read it.
Honestly, it was kind of like reading an Alfred comic strip.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the last story. The Cavalier rides again. I don't know who's up, so someone do the non-canon splash page.
I did the half splash page, so it's Lumpy's turn.
Yeah, but Lumpy did the other 2.
Or I can do it. Or I can do it. That's fine. We got Batman and Robin. Let's do it together. Let's see if we can sync up and do it together at the same time.
Okay, so Batman and Robin coming through the door.
Batman and Robin coming through the door, and
there's a giant shadow of Batman, a pink shadow.
Yeah.
I guess you guys just gave up. Someone just do the damn cover.
oh, was it my turn?
Is that what we're going to do?
We're going to do one sentence each?
Yeah, I was letting you go.
Okay, so then we got this guy dressed like one of the Three Musketeers, and he's got like a jewelry glass on his eye, and he's picking diamonds out of a drawer.
And the one guy who's guarding the door, and his gun goes off when Batman punches him, and
then there's some like pliers and cutters on the table and stuff on the one side, and it says the Cavalier rides again.
By the way, the guy stealing the diamonds is the Cavalier. You've seen him before.
Yeah. We've seen him before. Is he? I don't know. Does he continue on?
Yeah,
I was gonna say I remember him from before.
Yeah, he was
good, because he's my favorite.
He was stealing sports memorabilia the last time, if you remember.
Ah, is that when he broke into like a giant sports show? Like it was like cards and stuff, and he.
I thought it was like a dog show.
I don't remember exactly, but they needed to get a safe combination, and inside that safe combination was a bunch of sports memorabilia. But like, this is stupid.
I just remember the character. I don't really remember the story.
I actually confused him a little bit with that other gentleman guy that we encountered once.
Yes, I remember him too.
That we thought would come back again, but he never did.
There's a few that I actually thought would come back, but still haven't. So
they write a lot of them. Like we can use him again if we want to, or we can not. So it doesn't matter either.
But they chose the Cavalier to bring back.
Yeah. Well, it was under high demand. Everybody was like, whatever happened to the Cavalier? Whatever happened to Mortimer? What's his name? Mortimer Drake. Whatever happened to Mortimer Drake?
That's the Cavalier.
Yeah. He was created by Don
Are we done
Cameron.
with this non-canon splash page?
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess so.
You guys just kind of stopped doing it.
We burned out. We were all excited at the beginning, and now TJ's waking up. And we're dying off.
It wasn't that great anyway. That's why we covered.
Yeah, well, because that Catwoman one was good, and then it just kind of got poop after that. So,
all right, well, I'm going into the story then.
Yeah, you're supposed to say the story proper. I like when you say it. I like when you say we're going to get into the story proper. Can you say that?
I don't ever say well, I guess I do say that.
You do. You actually say it quite a bit.
But you didn't say it this episode, and I don't like it. You're ruining the whole podcast. It's ruined. Well, let's start over.
Well, this story is 11 pages long.
Okay.
So, it's 1 page shorter than the other ones and 2 pages shorter.
Yeah, we're really skimping. We're really clipping some off. We took a whole story out, put a 4-page story in, and then we take one off of each one.
Alright.
I feel like I'm getting ripped off. I've still paid 10 cents for this issue, and I'm not getting the same stuff.
You get more ads. More, BB gun ads and stuff. Alright. So, going back into the story proper. Are you happy? So, a shadowy figure is entering a room, and it's the Cavalier entering his trophy room that is a bunch of cases with no trophies.
And he's sports again. Famous trophies and sports minutes.
Well, he's lamenting the fact that he didn't get the sports trophies from the last issue.
Wow, that was 5 years ago. Like, we're supposed to remember that? Is that what we're supposed to do?
That's why we're getting the recap.
Okay.
And so, the Cavalier, after he she says Batman foiled his stuff, he decides to just go walk out open in the street, and a cop sees him and blows his whistle, which gets Bruce and Dick's attention, who just happened to be around the corner.
They usually
and the Cavalier decides to duck around into an alley, but Batman and Robin are on a rooftop, and they...
Wait, what just happened?
Huh?
Wait, how can Bruce and Dick be around the corner, and then Batman and Robin are on a rooftop?
They ran the other direction, got changed, and went on top of the roof.
This issue, there's so much crap that's like one panel something, next panel something else.
It does say moments later.
Okay, moments. All right. Whatever. Apparently they had it on underneath their suits again and jumped up on the roof, climbed up the wall or something.
They used their bat ropes to get up there.
Like Spider-Man. Oh, that's a wrong company.
Anyway, so they see the Cavalier go into an antique shop, and then they go in after him. Batman sees the tripwire and jumps over it, but Robin trips and lands in...
He don't tell Robin. He don't say, hey, watch that wire.
No, instead he catches them and swings them away from a trap rug, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the rug's going to
he almost
spring-load it, and it rolls you up in it. The Cavalier says...
He almost got rolled up right in that cloth. That's a stupid trap, but whatever.
And the Cavalier says, that was clever of you to avoid my trap. No, it wasn't. And anyway, so they get into a fight, and Batman takes the Cavalier's electric sword, which electrocutes him. And then the Cavalier throws like a I don't even know what that is, something at Batman's head, and knocks him out, and then hits Robin in the face with a lamp or something, knocking him into a fold-up bed. He pushes the fold-up bed into locking Robin inside of it, and then puts Batman in a trunk and locks it, and then leaves him there to suffocate and die, I guess.
Yeah, but nobody looked at the trunk before I decided to use this crap as a trap for people, right? Oh, maybe he did. He did. Yeah, because he wants them to get out. He doesn't want them to suffocate. He wants them to get out because he leaves them a note.
Anyway, that's Batman knockout number 70 and Robin knockout number 48.
That's Batman knockout number 70 that the guy didn't pull the damn mask off and see who he was. 70 times so far he's done this.
I think there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, me too.
I honestly don't think the Cavalier cares about his identity.
No, that's true. But Joker said the one time that he didn't want to know who he was.
Yeah.
He wants to keep fighting.
I mean, but everyone else, all the little thugs that managed to knock him out.
Can you imagine you're like a nobody thug and you find out who Batman is?
Yeah, you get shot by Batman.
True. The Batman just murders you and you're done. No, never mind.
Especially in these... I mean, I know it's been a while since that happened, but...
Yeah, especially Act of Vengeance Batman in the beginning. Yeah,
that's why they never take off his mask, because they know he's going to come back and murder them.
Right, they've heard stories about Old Testament Batman.
Yes.
It's like Old Testament God. He's vengeful, very vengeful, Old Testament Batman is.
Oh, you know my identity? We'll see about that.
Yeah, not for long, because you're dead.
The last guy who found out Batman's identity ended up dead on the beach, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, there's no more.
But Batman didn't kill him; some old guy did. But
that's why. That is why. That's the story that goes around the crime syndicates. It's like, don't find out his identity. You'll be dead on the beach.
Oh God. Anyway, the Cavalier goes home and takes off his outfit, and he's Mortimer Drake. He's also a rich guy. He's the opposite of Batman, essentially, which is why I think he's kind of
brought back.
Brought back, yeah, because he's the rich guy who's a criminal, whereas Batman's the rich guy who's the hero. Blah blah blah.
So they can show up at parties together and not know who each other are.
Yes.
I get it. Yeah.
Anyway, Batman has a flashlight, which I guess he took out of his utility belt because he decided to use it this time.
Oh yeah, where did that? I didn't even think about it. Where did the flashlight come from? Apparently, it was on his utility belt.
I don't know how. Do you think they roll dice? Like, what are we going to do this time? Like, should we try to use something out of the belt? Because
I think Batman forgets he has a utility belt.
I just swear sometimes they don't use it forever. They never use anything, and then they have like this. Oh, I need a flashlight. Let me grab it.
But they don't even mention that he got it off his utility.
It's true. They don't mention the belt.
It says, meanwhile, a flashlight from Batman's utility belt.
Oh my God, I do mention it. That's like the 20th time this episode we did that. I like this. I think we should not read the comics anymore. We read this too. I literally just read this one right before we started.
I read it while I was turning the computer on, so I definitely just read it.
This is crazy. Apparently, it doesn't matter when I read them. I still don't know.
Yeah, you might as well read them a month before. Or don't read it at all. Fine.
Okay, so Elvis Utility Belt. TJ, edit all this stuff out.
Please don't. Please don't.
No, really don't. No, don't. Yeah.
Batman uses his flashlight and comes across a name that says R. Houdini, and instead of just having to be Houdini, they...
I know, it's got to be some other guy where Houdini got his name from. It's so stupid.
A 19th century French magician that Houdini took his name from.
Well, and it's not Houdini. It says R. Howden.
Yeah, Howden or Houdin.
No I at the end.
That's true. It's R. Howden, but still, I mean, really.
It couldn't just be Houdini's thing.
Exactly.
I guess because the Cavalier's French and this guy's French, I guess. I don't know.
This is a random antique shop that he just decided to go in.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's not even the Cavalier's thing. So, yeah, it doesn't even make sense at all. Unless they're in France, which they're not, but whatever.
Anyway, Batman did this. This is a trick trunk that he can escape from, and he figures it out, and he escapes from the trunk by crawling up the side of it.
Okay, and so now the next thing, is that a trick Murphy bed? Is that why, like, I don't understand what the bed thing is.
So, Jean Eugene Robert Howden was a real magician and illusionist, French watchmaker.
Well, okay, but it's not R. Howden.
Yeah, Robert Howden.
Oh, okay.
R. Howden.
I didn't doubt it was a real person. It was just like, did they bother to look up this guy and decided, like...
So I think that what they did is, like, so this Mortimer Drake guy is a collector. So he has all these antique things. So he collected this R. Howden chest. But this isn't his
antique shop. This is a random antique shop.
Oh, I thought this was his place.
No!
Oh, I was confused. I thought this was Mortimer Drake's.
No, he ran around a corner and saw the antique shop and ran into it.
Oh, so when I read this, I took it as this was like his house. That's why I was confused later why Bruce doesn't know that it's Drake.
Are we sure, though? Because they go into the antique shop and he's already got the trip wire and stuff set up, too.
Yeah, I'm reading through it. It never says this is him. Definitely he's literally around the corner. Batman and Robin see him go into an antique shop from around the corner, and then he goes
think he's going in to rob the antique shop.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think it could be Mortimer's antique shop, because he set this all up. He wanted Batman.
They didn't miss that one. They needed to explain that one better. They didn't miss that one.
But here's the thing. He has a trophy room. If he had these antiques, he would have them displayed in that trophy room.
They're in his trophy room.
No, they're not.
It's an antique
He's got
shop.
He has a separate, look at the first panel. First two panels.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So when I read this, in the first two panels and stuff, when I read this, so he basically wanted the cop to yell out. He wanted Batman and Robin to find him here. It was a setup by Mortimer Drake to get them to go there.
I'm sorry, but I have no dog in this fight. I couldn't care less if it's his antique shop or not, or if his frickin' trophies are in there. I don't know, and I'll never be able to figure it because they didn't explain it to me, and it's pissing me off now.
You're right. I guess, again, this is one of them ones where I made it up in my head when I read it.
And you could be right. I'm not arguing with you about that either, because it's not worth... Like, I can't figure it out.
I don't know.
I read the whole friggin' first 3 pages, and I can't tell.
Like, I don't know. I don't have anything that says for sure. Like, I can't tell you that is what it is. But the way I read it was he set this all up when he wanted them to find him there and follow him into the antique place.
He locks him into this antique bullshit, and then it looks like he goes upstairs and gets changed and comes back.
He does. He does, because he takes his clothes off in that upstairs room and leaves in his suit.
No, because when he's changing, it says presently far from the scene of his triumph.
Huh.
Yeah, but then he comes back, doesn't he? Oh, no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
No, you're right. It does say presently far from the scene of his triumph. So
I got nothing else for this story. So you want to read the... No, I'm just kidding.
Well, whatever. Batman escapes the trunk, and he frees Robin from the trapped bed thing, and Robin said he was taking a nap in there. And they read...
lazy.
He reads the Cavalier's note, which is from Holland, who comes with a chisel and mallet. Only the best he creates suits the Cavaliers something. I hate cursive. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, Batman and Robin go home because they failed to stop him. But Bruce has got a dinner tonight, so he's going to the dinner. And at this exclusive society club, the rich people are saying, "Hey, that's Bruce Wayne, that lazy bummer. It doesn't do anything."
Piece of crap. Piece of crap, Bruce Wayne.
Everybody pretty much hates him. But they don't hate him, but they just think he's super lazy.
Yeah, because he doesn't do anything. Apparently, because when he's not there, he's dressed as Batman running around. Nobody knows what he does. Like, he doesn't.
No, right? Nobody ever sees him do anything else but show up for dinner.
Yeah, go to parties and get drunk and stuff, and play around with this little kid for some reason, and then that's all they ever see. Like, he's hiding in his house. As far as they know, he locks himself in, like Michael Jackson, and doesn't do any, and nobody knows what he does.
Moving on. Bruce sits down next to Mortimer Drake. Hey, look, it's Batman and the Cavalier in human disguise.
Human form.
Human form.
Yeah, I like that. We're going to use that. From now on, when Batman's not Batman, he's human form. He's not bat form. He's not bat form.
Whatever. They're both bored here. And so we cut over to the following night where
Diamond Dallas Page's house.
We're cutting into where the Cavalier is breaking into a diamonds cutters.
Yeah.
He sprays some guy. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, I don't know if he shoots the guy in the face with like a marble out of his sleeve.
But it looks like gas.
But it does look like gas too. I don't know.
And it's got like a red, like it hit him in the face. But
yes, like I don't know. The leaden pellet at the end of his kerchief will let you slumber.
So it's a lead pellet that hits him in the face.
Yeah. So you give him lead poisoning and knock him out.
Whatever. The Cavalier takes 3 diamonds out of a drawer of diamonds.
Why didn't he just take the entire drawer and figure this shit out at home?
Because he's after one specific diamond.
Take them all.
He's after this membrane diamond that's not a diamond. Anyway, so Batman and Robin shows up as that happens, and Cavalier tries to kick Batman, but he kind of just like dances away from it, and then
he grabs his foot and like flips him backwards too. Yeah.
And then Robin either trips over a stool or gets a stool kicked into him,
or like just knees the stool and tackles it to the ground.
Yeah, because he's on the ground, and then the thug that he was trying to fight is trying to stab him with a diamond cutter
drill.
Oh wow, that looks painful.
But Batman throws a chisel at him, knocks him out. The Cavalier, is he putting the diamond in the case, or he's putting the diamond in a case, and then he brings out this black mist and blows it in Batman and Robin's face. Oh, it's sneezing powder. He blows sneezing powder into their face and runs away. And Batman and Robin chase after him. Cavalier jumps out a window. They chase him over the rooftops. More thugs show up on the rooftops. Batman punches.
That's not sneezing powder.
I don't care.
It's tobacco.
I don't care.
It's snuff.
Okay, whatever. They sneeze because of it. Whatever.
I had to stop you because you were just trying to roll through.
Batman punches Cavalier in the face. He drops a diamond. Robin gets a diamond. Batman punches a guy on top of what that thing is. He lands on his butt on the top of this thing. This spinning
thing. Yeah. It's the, what are they called? Anyway, it's where the smokestack comes out and it spins while the heat rises out of the vent.
Yeah, that little
vent stack.
Thing. Yeah, that thing. This thug lands on it butt first. Batman punches a couple of thugs. It knocks everyone out. But hey, the Cavalier got away. But they got the diamond, and it's not a real diamond. It's the model of a diamond that I guess they cut first so that when they're actually going to cut actual diamonds, I'm not sure how it works. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's the membrane model stone diamond or some crap. Anyway, Batman returns the diamond to the police, and I don't know. Stuff happens. The police didn't have bother calling you Mr. Brand. The only thing that was taken was the model Magic Diamond, which the Cavalier wanted to add to his trophy case because he goes back to where he had a sign of the model Magic Diamond, and he rips that sign up because he failed to get it.
He's angry. Yeah, he's mad.
He's angry, and then Batman and Robin are back home, and they're angry because the Cavalier got away, and they said he's the cleverest and strangest criminal we've ever encountered. I wonder who he really is. He really isn't, because you fought smarter and stranger people. But whatever.
So
I'm not done yet. Then narrator.
He's trying to get through it now. I'm trying to let him play it. I'm trying to let him go. Go ahead.
The narrator decides to tell us, you'll have plenty of chances to find out Batman for the Grand Day of Gangsterdom. What? Returns with another sly and sinister plunder plot in the future. Batman Magazine.
Why is it called Batman Magazine?
I don't freaking know. I don't care. That's what they called it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. That's why I was going to ask. But you were on a roll. Actually, I muted and took a phone call while you were going.
I love when TJ's had enough. And he just
didn't even know. My wife called to tell me she's on her way home, and I answered it, muted myself, and answered it. He just went. He was just going, and I'm like, whatever. I guess I can answer. I set up podcasting, and they started talking, and I just waited because apparently I could hear TJ just rambling on. I had no.
Well, and I tried to cut him off, but I knew he was
he was done.
I'm done. This is terrible, and I don't want to read it.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and it stinks. So.
You're not wrong, because it did. No.
Yeah, I usually try to at least find something good about it, but these last two were bad. They were pretty bad.
Who's in this one?
All right. Appearing in Cavalier Rides Again. Batman, Robin, the Cavalier, Nuremberant, I guess. Nerembranddt. I can't even read that word. Nuremberant. Well, it's a single appearance anyway, so we're never going to hear from him again. Gotham City and Wayne Manor were the locations. And again, we list items. The Batsuit is listed as an item.
So they didn't
but not
list
the Robin suit.
They didn't list the suburb of...
No, Gotham City, Wayne Manor. And they didn't list the utility belt, which they usually do, even if he doesn't use it. And this time he used it and they didn't list it.
But so the Cavalier's hideout is in a suburb of Gotham. Because that's what they say right in the comic, that he left in the nearby suburb of Gotham.
This one's usually good, and I use this one almost every time, and this time it seems like they got lazy or something.
Well, they thought this one was terrible, too, and rushed
they didn't want to have to talk about it again. They were like, these last two suck, so we're not even going to write it.
All right. Anything else to say about it besides it was terrible?
I like the Catwoman story.
Yeah, I mean, overall...
Yeah.
With the Catwoman story and the short Alfred story, it was okay, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I mean, again,
it was just short.
That last one was like readable, but when you actually like dissected it, was like it was not.
I don't know what just happened, but TJ's going.
It was nice that it was short.
Yeah. So
I guess we're done.
We're done.
So, do you know what Batman would do if he wasn't rich? We talked about how rich he was. You know what he would do if he wasn't rich? He would be Robin. He would be Robin.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
He would be Robin, people. That's what he would do. Robin. Yeah, Robin.
That makes sense.
Robin. That's a good joke. I like it.
Bye.